Bobby Flay has cooked his way into the hearts of foodies around the world with his honest and relatable cooking.
It's filet mignon, beef tenderloin.
You're fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming a household name thanks to his popularity on shows like Iron Chef.
I'm actually interviewing for your job.
What are you talking about?
And a cooking empire that shows no signs of slowing down. He's also become a venture capitalist, product lines, even the creator of a lifestyle brand. Plenty more ahead for the accomplished chef.
A lot of people talk about life-changing moments. Then there are life-saving moments that you've talked about, literally that this business that you're in saved your life. How come?
Well, I dropped out of high school in New York. I'm a native New Yorker, and I did not like school. I mean, that's sort of saying it lightly. I did not. I could not learn. I couldn't pay attention to sort of the textbook way of learning in high school. And so at some point, I just kind of said, that's enough. And I went to work. And I started working in a restaurant, not knowing that I really wanted to cook. That wasn't the point. The point was I needed a job. I needed to do something to keep me off the streets and, and keep me from getting into trouble. Because, a teenager with idle time on his hands is not a good thing. So I started working in a restaurant as a busboy, actually. For a couple of weeks, and then the chef asked me if I wanted to go into the kitchen. And from that point forward, it was the first time where I really felt like there was something I was really interested in. And so in many ways, I talk about the fact that cooking really saved my life.
You know, a lot of people look at this evolution of the world of celebrity chef and point back to the business model of Bobby, and celebrity has helped, but I mean, to spend so much time in the limelight, how do you deal with that, sort of growing up in that spotlight?
Well, I mean, I don't really think about it that much. I'm the same person I am on camera than you see, like when you come into my restaurants or you come to my house for dinner. I'm not. I've tried my hand at acting, and that's not going to be a career. So I am exactly who I am, and so the sort of bright lights of celebrity chefdom, so to speak, has just kind of happened around me as I've grown up in this business. I mean, I feel like I've been doing the same thing for the last 30 years, which is get up and cook somewhere. Whether it's in my restaurants or on television or in my homes, it's the thing that is the core of who I am. I always reach for a stove when I feel like I need to be grounded.
We talk to a lot of athletes about what they learn on the court or on the field and how that translates into other parts of their life. You use those same analogies about the importance of teamwork.
Yeah, well, I'm a stickler for fundamentals. When I was in high school, I played basketball, for leagues and my school and this and that, and I just remember the coach always saying, like, nobody's allowed to shoot a basketball for the first week. Like, you have to learn the fundamentals of dribbling and, running back and forth and running plays. Like, nobody gets to shoot a basket. And I was like, every kid just wants to shoot. And I feel the same way when I'm in my kitchens. I'm always teaching and going over the fundamentals of good cooking. Did you season it on both sides with salt and pepper? Did you taste what you're cooking? Like, if you're not chewing in my kitchen, you're not cooking, because you can't cook by eye. You have to constantly taste what you're cooking.
Because I was going to ask you, you're at that point, you've built this empire where many would probably say, I mean, he doesn't have to be in the kitchen, but you still spend a good amount of time in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, most of my time is in the kitchen, and I think the bottom line is, it's what I want to be doing. I mean, it's the place that I'm the most comfortable. When I put my apron on, I feel like it's the shield from the world. It's a really comfortable place for me. And I like the energy. I like being able to inspire people who are cooking with me or for me or next to me. And that's really what I get a kick out of.
So you said you needed a job, so you ended up in a kitchen. You did try your hand at the American Stock Exchange.
I did. And I will tell you that I only did that for 6 months. It was not for me. But I did learn a lot about the market. I mean, the market, as you know, is a very interesting place, and it gave me a great education in terms of, how the basic, markets work. And was definitely an invaluable experience, not something I wanted to do every single day of my life. I took a break from the restaurant business for literally about 6 months, and then I went right back. I was a clerk on the American Stock Exchange, which at that time, everything was done with hand signals and yelling and screaming to $2 brokers. So, I mean, that's, the $2 broker is not even a term you hear anymore, but that's the way it was done.
So I think we know ultimately where your true passion lies, but you've had a chance to explore some other passion areas, horse racing, for example.
Yes. I've been involved in horse racing in America for a long time, both breeding and racing thoroughbreds, and I just love it. I grew up, my grandfather took me to a place called Saratoga Springs in New York, which is a beautiful place, and I just fell in love with it. And so after I got older and had got a little success myself, I kind of dabbled in it, but now it's actually a real business for me, and it's something that I love to do.
So is there a Bobby Flay bucket list? I mean, you've done so much. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
I want to be able to speak Italian fluently one day, but that's going to take me living there. So I'll see you in Italy.